Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, RICANS. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom to my AHPARYAM, YAHAWAH, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakal coming at you with no lesson. First off, let me actually show you this. Lately, I've been having problems with YouTube. More specifically, brothers lesson. All right, brothers lessons where I can't get their I can't hear their videos. All right, and in addition to that, I've always had the issue where people say in my videos, "Oh, I can't hear you. Can you boost the thing or whatever?" So what I've been doing, I've been boosting the audio. All right, so I posted on my community thing. I posted on my community thing this thing. So for anyone who has any trouble hearing, just download this on your Google Chrome, and I guess you can get it for Microsoft Edge as well, and you can hear videos a lot better. It does wonders. I was listening to a lot of brothers videos, a lot easier now. All right, so with that being said, let's get into the actual lesson. Revelation chapter 2 verse 10: fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right, so also let me also get this. Psalms chapter 17 verse 13: arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. All right, so today's lesson is going to be on a dream I had a couple of days back, where basically I was put into prison. All right, I was put into prison, and for the most part, which is the thing about this dream is that under normal circumstances, whenever I have dreams about police or jail or just the centurions in general, there is an underlying level of fear in me. All right, but this time it was absent. Basically, it was absent. Okay, so which honestly, like, I think that's the key thing. In general, you are safer in prison. Okay, as a Jake, you are safer in prison compared to the police actually having their hands on you to arrest you. Okay, I guess that was just more. That's more so. I'm not gonna say if that's valid or not, because I've never been to prison, literally. Okay, but I will say, that's just kind of what it seemed like to me in terms of like in what was going on in the dream. All right, but basically with the dream, I dreamt that I had gotten locked up and whatnot. I don't know why. I forgot why, but I do. What I do remember is that the reason why they locked me up, it was for something that wasn't even really serious, or something that kind of seemed like I was doing the right thing, but they didn't want me to do it. So Esau didn't want me to do whatever quote unquote right thing it was. All right, and okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna leave out some of the details because I thought it might be too fucked up. All right, because when I remember when I told someone else, like it kind of felt like, or they kind of agreed, like, damn, that's pretty crazy and whatnot, but I'm just gonna put it all out there. But yeah, so basically what happened was, I got locked up and stuff like that, and they were the people there was it wasn't like a normal jail. All right, it was like a big waiting room. All right, so let me actually get my phone out so I can read it. So again, I was locked up for something that was comparatively slight. I had to stay in there, or I was sentenced to staying in the jail for 1 whole week, for 1 week, just 1 week. All right. I don't know if it was a holding cell or whatever, but just a week. All right. And inside there was this one section, all right, on the wall, all right, a line of chairs, all right, that was only for adult men. All right. So there was adult men. I was sitting among the adult men, and then everywhere else there was just nothing but children there. I don't know why. I don't know what they did. I don't know anything. All I knew was that the line of men that I was a part of, outside of, except for me, all of them were literally like dead ass, like demons, monsters, whatever you want to call them. All right. There were a line of like monsters. I did not want to associate or talk to them or anything like that. And the crazy thing is, which I think this is like a prison thing, is if it does not matter how strong or weak or you are as a man, as long as there are people, or there are groups of people that are weaker than you, or there's someone weaker than you don't have to worry about anything, because the demons, all right, the people that are, the predators in prison, they will go after other people. They will go after the people that are literally the weakest. But again, I'm not saying that this is like gospel truth in terms of prison. This is just what I felt like. And honestly, I guess in a way I am kind of like blurring the lines and making the association into what real life might be. All right. So anyway, so there was that line of these crazy criminals, adult men criminals, and as well as me being sitting next to them, or on the line, and then the rest of them is a bunch of kids. Now the kids, they were all the men were sitting down. The kids, there were some sitting down. Some of them were running around playing and stuff like that in a fucking prison, which is actually insane. And I don't understand why they put us in the same thing. The thing, I kind of, in retrospect, I kind of feel like that the prison was more so symbolic of Jacob's trouble, potentially, and I'm gonna get into why in a bit. All right. So what happened was I had gotten a visit. All right. By a brother. All right. A brother had visited me. Said, "Oh, we were talking about, I forgot what we were talking about, but he had visited me." I kind of felt like, okay, as soon as they let me out, this brother, all right, is going to be my ride home. Like he's gonna take me home and whatnot. But yeah, he just said, we talked. It's just, this, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards, I went back to go sit. I went to go back to sit. Oh yeah, Slakia. I'm just reading stuff right now. The kids' age, I kind of felt like they were like actual kids, not like teenagers or anything like that. So it more so kind of felt like something where, what's his name? Esau, Slakia. Esau would kind of like thrive in that type of situation, if you understand what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, I got visited, and the people, after my brother left, I went back to go sit down, and the thing was that the people there, the men, the adult men that were there, they were annoying and they were mean, and I saw how they were acting. I saw how they were acting, and the thing was, if you there was like a rule or whatever where the cops were saying all the adult men had to be sitting down over at the thing. All right, all the adult men had to be sitting down on the thing. Like, you're not allowed to get up, I assume, to protect the children. And if you were caught standing up or moving around or doing anything that you weren't allowed to do, then I guess the cops would beat someone up, which I didn't get to see or anything like that, but that's just the impression that I got. All right, Slovakia. Basically that was the impression I got, and so I got up. I forgot the reason why. After I returned to my seat after the brother had visited me, I got up again. I forgot why, and a kid, one of the kids, went and stole my spot and sat in the seat that I was sitting. And then the thing is, I kind of felt like he was told to by someone. He was either told to by I think that was the most likely thing, that he was told to do that by the cops. Like, if you see any of the adult men getting up or whatever, go steal their seat, and if they touch you, we're gonna protect you and stuff like that. Some shit like that. That's probably what they were the kid was told. All right. And I after I got up, I said, hey, yo, can you please move and whatnot. I was trying to be nice and whatnot, because the thing was, I don't have any in this situation. I don't have any problems on beating up a kid. I don't have any like moral quandaries, because if a kid wants to be a demon, then you have to do what you have to do. Okay, you have to spare the rod, spoil the child. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Obviously, I'm not gonna like go out of my way to kill any kids or hurt anyone, but rough him up a little bit just to make him know, like you don't do that. You don't do these types of stuff. But all right, the thing was, being in that situation and in that mindset in this dream. All right, the police were speaking on the intercom or whatever, saying, hey, you need to sit down. And they saw the kid in my seat. They saw that I was trying to sit down, but they didn't care. They were saying, hey, you have to sit down. If you don't sit down in 5 seconds, you're gonna get punished and whatnot. And I'm over here like, these devils know exactly what the fuck they're doing. All right, so I literally have to think of a way to get this brat off my seat, like right now, before these bastards come and do something. I wasn't scared or anything like that, but this was like what was going on through my mind. So there was no spot for me. There was no other spot for me to sit at. All the spots had been taken by all the adult men, if not that one kid that had taken my spot. So what I did, I asked another kid, hey, can you get this kid off of my seat, please? Okay. And this one kid got him off my seat with ease. All right. So basically I said, okay, hey, thank you. You know what? For just for doing that, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna help you out as well. You help me, I help you. So I had already built up this one relationship, saying, hey, thank you for helping me. I'm gonna help you too. If you need anything, I'll protect you and whatnot. All right. And that was like one of the best things that come out of the stream, outside of the very last thing. Okay, but that was one of the best things that came out of this dream, where in this terrible situation, the Lord basically made things easier by sending me kind of like an angel, to metaphorically an angel, to help me out in my time of trouble, or whenever there's something that might be a bit difficult for me to handle on my own. The Lord sent someone to handle the situation for me. All right. And as soon as that kid told that other kid to move, they moved with ease. All right. So I immediately sat down when the people in the cops in the intercom was like 2 seconds left and whatnot. And then I was like, okay, so cool, thank you. You and I were locked and we're cool now. Okay. And then what's next? Okay, yeah, immediately after, okay, this is where the crazy shit pops off. But immediately after, there was the cops announced. The cops announced basically like a Epstein time, all right, where there was like a short period of time that they didn't give an exact period of time, but there was like a timer or whatever that we weren't allowed to see, where the cops said that you are allowed, the adult men, if they want to. It's not, we weren't obligated, but for those that wanted to, okay, which did not include me, all right, they were allowed to go and basically Jeffrey the kids, all right. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna go to partake in it. I'm not gonna go defending anyone. All it is me and that one kid. I'm gonna protect him. I'm gonna protect that kid if someone, you know, stands up to bother them and bother him. And what happened was that kid was just sitting next to me, and two or three of the adult men went up and went go doing whatever they wanted to do, you know, to the kids. And I was like, okay, you know what, I'm not a part of this, but if someone comes near us, then I'm gonna get involved, all right. So all that shit happened. Like it wasn't, I didn't see any of the exact things happen, but I know that it did happen. And immediately after it was done, you know, I did not partake in any of that stuff. It was just a very, you know, like kind of sympathetic, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, judgment. So I'm not going to get in the way of judgment. All right, let me actually get that right quick, because I'm not condoning, I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do, but you have to understand the I don't know what the word is, but you have to understand why sometimes it's just better to let things, don't put yourself in danger for a bunch of freaking demons, you know, these, especially how children are just little demon spawns as of right now. But Romans chapter 13 from the top, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahawah, the powers that are ordained of Yahawah. Whosoever therefore resists the power resists the ordinance of Yahawah, and that they that resist shall receive to themselves damnations. Okay, so the Lord set it up that if the Lord set it up that way, you know, who am I to get in the way of the thing? All right, so all I was doing is, you know, the Lord basically set it up, immediately right before that happened. The Lord set it up for that boy to help me out. All right, and as a result of that boy helping me out, all right, they were under my protection. Okay, because I'm not gonna just, you know, someone, as the scriptures say, bless them that bless you. All right, so who am I to be like, okay, well, fuck you, thank you for the help, and now I'm not gonna help you anymore. All right, like you're on your own now. Like that's not how stuff works. Even I believe it was not Moses, I think it was during Joshua's time, there was some Israelite spies that went to go search on a thing, and there was this one heathen woman, all right, that protected the Israelites because she knew the threat and the dangers and the powers of YAHAWASHI, and how Yahawah, all right, delivered the Israelites out of Egypt. So she was scared she had more fear for the Israelites than she had for her own countrymen. All right, so she protected them, and as a result, the Israelites spared her and her family. All right, they told her, hey, leave this on your door, okay, so we know not to go after you, and if you get out there, you know, it's not on us. Okay, we're not at fault for murking anyone that didn't follow the thing and let us know. So yeah, basically, you know, all the stuff that happened to everyone else, all the other kids and whatnot, which it wasn't even that much. It was just like, I think 2 and 2 or 3 and 3 adult men after 3 kids or whatever, like that. Like that was basically, it wasn't like the whole thing, but under the impression that I got was, if that, in the event of that happens, like obviously who knows, like if they go for another child another time. Anyway, continuing on. Immediately after that, I had been under the impression that 4 days had passed. All right, so there was no sleeping or anything like that, but I guess through the dream, and there was no beds or stuff like that, but through the dream, like, okay, like 4 days had passed, and of me just sitting there and doing all that stuff, and then or everything that happened, and then they said, hey, Kawakub, you're free to go and whatnot. They didn't say my actual name. They just said AU or something like that, or referring to me. They said I'm free to go now. Earlier than what I had initially told the brother that visited me, telling him, hey, can you please pick me up in 1 week when I get let out. So I was a little worried about, like, does that brother know that I need to be picked up now? Did they contact him and whatnot? So I was over here thinking, like, okay, well, fuck, I need to either use their phone, contact him, or something like that. That was one of the things I was thinking about. On top of that, the next thing I was thinking about was, oh shit, like, now that kid that helped me out, he's not gonna have protection. Like, am I allowed to take him with me? And before I got to leave the jail cell, and before I got to leave the jail cell, before I got to ask them, can I take this kid with me? All right. I had woken up. All right. So I didn't know, am I allowed to take him with me? I didn't know if my brother was there to pick me up and whatnot. So I just didn't know. So as a result of that, yeah, like this was kind of fucked up, and I obviously I don't think it's good. All right, obviously that children were involved. All right, but at the same time, just like, because the thing is, I don't like, for example, police brutality. All right, obviously when the police are beating and killing Jake, obviously I don't like that. But at the same time, I can understand when something is just judgment, and I can accept that if that happens. So if the Lord makes a cop beat on a Jake, yeah, I'm gonna feel sorry for them, but at the same time, I'm not gonna say, okay, well, let me go and protect them, let me go help them. Obviously, it's a different story. If it's one of my brothers, I'm obviously gonna go try my best to help them out. If they're gonna be by the cops, I'm getting beat by the cops, like that. And that's just how I have been raised to think. But outside of that, like, when something bad happens, like, yes, it's hard to stomach at times, but we need to understand that. Let me get this. Let me get this. Job chapter 4 verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where the righteous cut off. Okay, so when did something happen to someone that was innocent? All right, so whenever these stuff like this happens, it's obviously because this is judgment. All right, this is why we say this is judgment. So you really need to be spiritual enough to understand, acknowledge that yes, this stuff that happened, it might be sad, and you don't want to see it, but we sometimes it's best not to get involved. Sometimes, all right, because it's just you're putting yourself in unnecessary danger. All right, so I just had to let it happen. All right, and as a result of that, yeah, it's just I can acknowledge that whenever I don't even like I don't even like seeing an adult woman getting raped. I don't like that either. All right. And Slakia, I feel like I'm just overcompensating here, but you just need to truthfully understand that, like, there are going to be times when these stuff happens, and that's another thing. All right. And also I think that's also another thing that that it kind of emphasizes the point, all right, which is why this is so important to hear and understand and receive the message. All right, the reason why it was children is because for the people that hear this message, okay, maybe someone is a very hates women so much, all right, and they might be able to understand and see and accept that a woman is, getting raped, so they won't go and help her if some random Edomite devil, or just a devil in general, not even just Edomite, but a Jake as well, but any man is trying to rape and take a woman, all right, or grape, Slakia, I'll start saying that right now. But yeah, if a man is trying to take a woman, all right, so it might be hard, but yes, you can accept that at the end of the day, because all these women, this woman was probably treating that man like trash, or that woman took some man's baby kids from him. All right, so yes, that's you're able to rationalize that more easily. But what if it's a child? All right, then what's your excuse, or how are you going to rationalize letting stuff like that happen in front of your eyes? All right, well, there's no real way to do it. There's no, I guess, logical way from this world's standpoint to say that that kid deserved that because X, Y, and Z. Okay, but that's why we're not doing things through Babylon's standards or Babylon's logic. We're doing things through the Spirit. We're doing things through we're doing things through the Spirit. We're doing things through the spiritual lens and the spiritual understanding that YAHAWAH gave us, where we understand that reincarnation, if you can receive it, happens, and maybe said kid did something. Maybe said boy, let's for example, raped some kids, and now he's getting keep on forgetting, raped some kids, and now he's having that happen to him. Maybe some little girl did some evil setup type shit, all right, and now she's getting she's answering for that right now, all right, because it was not just little boys, it was little girls as well in that jail cell, in that dream that I had. All right, so anything that happens, all right, and Jake, by the way, there was a Jake, there was Edomites, everything, like it was all races, all right, were in that jail cell of kids. So yeah, like and again, it's like, again, I acknowledge and I knew that there were Jakes, and even still, I didn't pick favorites. I didn't say, okay, well, I'm gonna go and take all the the Jake kids and protect them from these predators. No, the only one that I was protecting was that Moabite or Ammonite kid that was the boy that was that had helped me move that one brat that stole my spot. All right, that's what I did. That's how things went on. And again, like, this is how we need to. Let me actually get that. As a matter of fact, this is how we need to be moving during Jacob's trouble. Let me also get this. What the fuck was it called again? It was I'm trying to think. No. Okay, no. Sirach chapter 12 verse from the top, when thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it. So shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High, there can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Okay, so know to whom you're showing favor, you're showing goodness to. And I remember one thing I do remember in the dream that kind of just stood out to me specifically was this one little girl. Obviously I don't know any of their exact ages, but there's this one little Eve, Northern Kingdom Eve girl that she was like 10 years old or whatever, and she had a younger sister or younger brother or whatever with her. And like I can only imagine, like again, like this is the type of shit that gets in your mind, where I can only imagine just how terrible and how hard it must be for her to not only protect herself but her younger sibling. So yes, like this was I guess hard to stomach, all right, but at the same time it's like, hey, the Lord made it happen. Like the Lord made it happen, so you gotta really accept it. All right, like I know it's gonna be hard, but during Jacob's trouble, things are gonna be a lot worse. Okay, there are definitely gonna be kids out there that are gonna be taken. All right, and sometimes it's just best for you to not get involved. All right. I know, and it sounds kind of heartless, but this is what we need to. This is what we have to do sometimes. All right, like, and on top of that, just in general, like this is how the Lord set things up. Okay, are you able to push your feelings to the side to and Sluggy, that's another thing. It's not, you're not doing good for just for indiscriminately helping people. All right, because that's another thing. Verse 4: Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. So if you are doing, if you're doing good, or if you're doing good to someone that's evil, someone that's wicked, someone that wants to forward wickedness in the world, then the Lord's going to pay you back double the good in evil to the demon that you're helping out. All right, so this is why we need to really just be wise and patient and think, like, is this person someone that deserves help? Okay, you have to be spiritual about it, to be mindful about it. All right, and that's why we look at at the things that we do. We keep an eye and we see things through spiritual lenses. All right. So yeah, that was basically it. That was basically with that. Just in terms of the whole dream. So basically the whole parallel or the parabolic aspect of it, I believe it is a sign for, or not sign, but how Jacob's trouble will be. All right, where there are going to come a time where we're going to be put into hard and difficult situations, or maybe the Lord will put us in literal prison. All right, prison cells, maybe special prison cells where it's not just the normal. Oh yeah, concentration camps. That's what it is. These camps. All right, the Lord might put us in these camps where things are just going to be weird, abnormal. All right. So on top of that, you won't just have to be looking out for your own protection and safety, but you're also going to be from the cops or the people that lock you up, but you're also going to have to be protecting yourself from the other people that are inside, that are locked up with you. Okay, because in even in prison, you don't have to just watch out for cops, but you also have to watch out for the prisoners trying to take you. Okay, all right, because they're just that depraved. All right, so like the different sources and the different sources of either judgment or just evil that's popping off, you have to protect yourself from all angles. All right, on top of that, maybe you might make friends, you might make or the Lord might send you some help. All right, send you some help in the bad situation that you're in, to help you to better deliver you, or just in general help you out with the problems, so that you won't be put into worse situation. Because who's to say what would have happened if I didn't have help from that Moabite or Ammonite kid, where they didn't move that kid off of my seat. Okay, well, I would get beat up, I would get put in solitary confinement, or any of the stuff that goes on in prisons if you don't listen to the stuff, if you don't listen to their orders. All right, things just could have been worse. All right, and on top of that, the Lord delivered me earlier because of my good behavior, my patience and whatnot. Okay, well, I didn't, in terms of good behavior, in terms of like not making trouble in the prison. All right, and just in general, like the Esau's sword is the police, the prison is the sword of the Lord, YAHAWAH. All right, so as a result of that, the Lord can put the spirit on them to say, you know what, let's just let this one dude out, okay? Or let's just let him out. He's not suffering. He's not doing this. I don't know, whatever reason. Let's just let him out. All right, the Lord can make up some reason that makes sense or doesn't make sense, and then they will just let you out because the Lord set it up that way. All right, this is the type of stuff. This is the stuff that we look out for. All right, this is stuff that we look out for. This is where we are delivered. We're delivered by the mercy of YAHAWAH, not because I did something good. I got myself out. No, all right. But also at the same time, also the Lord might put the spirit on some brothers to just get out of jail. All right, or find some way out, or break out themselves. All right, or the Lord might give them spiritual powers to break out. All right. So okay, there's a lot that goes into this. All right, and this was a kind of messed up dream in terms of like the involvement of kids in it. It's still a beautiful dream in the sense that the Lord will protect us. On top of that, the Lord. Let me get this. Matthew chapter 24 verse 22. Except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So I had to stay there for a week, 7 days, but instead the Lord made it so I only had to stay there for 4. All right, I got to leave early. I was the only one that got to leave early. Obviously representing Lord willing, Yahawadah, I'm a part of that number. All right. So for the elect's sake, we will be delivered. We'll be able to get out of that bad situation earlier than normal. Okay. We are a special people. We have favor from the Lord. All right, the power of this world, so that He can make things different. He can make things to our advantage, to our favor. All right. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Exactly. All right, I forgot I had this out, but exactly. All right, so during Jacob's trouble, when all this stuff pops up, when all this stuff is like you don't even know what to do, you don't know who to help, you don't know who to trust, you don't know who to believe, you don't know anything. Okay, you might get disoriented because of all the information of, oh, this person's an enemy, this person might be an ally, or this person has the potential of being an ally. All right, or this person can help me. All right, instead of having to deal with all that stuff, the Lord just makes it so that, you know what, let me get you out of that. All right, or let me help you out, or let me guide you through it, and things will be smooth sailing for you. Okay, now was smooth sailing for me in that prison. All right, it was smooth sailing for me in that prison. Okay, because I just I understand judgment. I understand that oftentimes it's just judgment. All right, when if something bad is going on, oftentimes like I tend to stay out of it. All right, if I see a freaking woman getting attacked, I'm probably not gonna do get involved. All right, unless of course there's some understanding from me that, okay, well, I know this woman, or this woman helped me out, or something like that. Like I need a reason basically to involve myself in other people's stuff. But oftentimes, like if there is something that's going on, like even if I'm there, you will not see me. Even if I'm there, you will not see me. That's basically how I roll. All right, to the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. All right, so that's just something like the Lord will get us out of. The Lord will get us out of these situations. You just have to have faith. Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. And this the reason why I bring this up is because just in general how that kid looks to me for protection, because obviously there might be some instances where a woman might be more advantageous, and I believe that's where that is symbolic of it, where sometimes a man isn't going to help solve a problem in the most efficient way. So maybe there's a woman, there's a kid, whatever. Okay, maybe there's something that the Lord will send you your way. All right, and I believe that is in the form of those. I believe those kids represent that, not necessarily an actual kid or an actual girl or an actual woman or an actual whatever, but more so just a help in general. Okay, something or someone that will help you out. All right. Sirach chapter 36 verse 25, where no hedges, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. And that was the thing where that exact helper, all right, it was a possession to be spoiled. Okay, because there was no hedge, there was no man that was gonna protect said kid after I had left. All right, so that's where you know what? Yeah, that's where the whole hedge slash Isaiah 4:1 comes in, where like I genuinely thought about, what, I really want to just take this kid with me. Okay, let me take him with me and let me protect him, because he's clearly useful. All right. So yeah, that's basically it. I really want to bring this out. A very spiritual dream. Good. I consider it a good dream. I always love the dreams that the Lord sends my way. Yahawadah, I'm able to have more and maybe share more, as well as have the understandings of these dreams. All right, and even I had wrote down part of what I thought that it meant, but the thing was, like when I actually do these lessons, that's where more of the understanding comes from. I spoke more on it. Like, well, this is almost a 45-minute video of me talking about that dream, where before, like, this is just 5 little lines on my phone on what I thought the dream meant. All right, outside of the dream in general. All right, so like this is where like the spirit flows through us to be able to have better understanding. All right, sometimes if you have a dream, just make a lesson, share it so that other brothers might be able to know and maybe break it down better than you could. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, Abad Babal, and Shalom.